including all these storytelling bits that I'm trying to be clever and be like Steph Michalak, if only. I'm not very silky here. Everything that you can see in this video has been filmed on the SJ4000, other than when I'm in the cave talking to you. I used the Joby hybrid tripod throughout this shoot as well. This was actually achieved by trapping the tripod in the window on my side, not that bit, and as you can see, it's not exactly that stable. What I'm trying to get with this is to see how the camera reacts to different lights. We're kind of going into the golden hour at this point in the day. The sun was half down, had maybe about another hour or so, a couple of hours. So yeah, I thought I'd have a quick drive around, little look around. Don't really like that bit. That was actually cropped in to try and get the flies, but that didn't really work. And in all honesty, neither did that either. It was all cropped in, so it didn't exactly turn out very well. Quick little time-lapse, video lapse, I'll talk about that in a little while, and a quick look at the barrel distortion with regards to the wide-angle lens. First thoughts, it's a very interesting camera. I have no kind of benchmark to work off with this, purely because I've never owned a GoPro before. Quick little aside here, this is editing Adam as opposed to stupid in-camera Adam. Yeah, I'm fully aware this isn't a GoPro. What I meant to say is I've never owned an action camera before, and obviously we're all aware of GoPro. They're the ones that set the standard, they're the ones that set the benchmark. Problem with that is that they cost so much. So just like all of you that are watching this probably, I wanted to see if this actually at least holds its own compared to a product on the market which is 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 times the price of this. I love watching GoPro videos. I love watching time-lapse videos, specifically on action cameras. I know you can do time-lapse on DSLR, and I know that's how it's mainly done, with the bracketing and all that kind of stuff. But in all honesty, I love the idea of time-lapse on an action camera because it's so much easier. Now when I got this straight out of the box just now, it had firmware version 1.0. Make sure you update the firmware, because even compared to just the 5 minutes or so I was looking at the software within the camera before I updated the firmware, there's a massive difference, huge difference. In cam you've got actually a field of view setting on there now, but the real reason that I updated the firmware was because of the video lapse. Instead of the original time-lapse setting, which would be a picture every second, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever actually had in here, and then you take all those images and you put them into an editor and you sync them up and you say each image is worth X amount of seconds, and then you render it out. Now you've got video lapse in here, which is just exactly what it says on the tin. You set it to video lapse, you tell it how long you want every time you want it to take a picture, which I think in this it's 1 second, 2 seconds, 10, 15, 20, 30, I'll put it on the screen. And then once you press record, it starts doing that. You press to stop recording and that's it. It renders it all as just one video. It saves a number of steps in the editing process, and also, unlike most of us that do this kind of thing and are familiar with video editing and rendering down and export settings and all that, most people don't really know how to do that, so then they'd have to import it into a program that they're not really familiar with, or doing a process that they don't really know what to do. So that's really, really important. Update the firmware. Now, I mentioned earlier about field of view. You can set it to be either wide, middle, narrow, or off. This is set on wide. In fact, most of it is set on either wide or off. Off meaning that it defaults at wide anyway. But the reason why you'd have it off is that you can zoom in. But here's the problem. As you can see from zooming in here, the quality really degrades. And that's because there's no optical lens in this. So when you're zooming in, I'm here, as you can see in this picture, I'm close. I'm now coming away and zooming in. And as you can see, the difference is really noticeable, because what it's doing effectively is just cropping in the image, and with doing that it's actually degrading the quality. Here all this pan is zoomed in, but as you can, or as you will see towards the end of this clip coming up very shortly, I zoom all the way out, and even the parts within this bit here now are so much better quality, or maybe at least looks that way. You can see again here with this little dog, zoomed in all the way, but as I come along I'm going to zoom out and show you the quality that the camera gets. Not exactly a deal breaker, I know, but I thought it would be worth actually at least mentioning it, because if you just pick this up, go away, realize you can zoom in and do it, and you realize that virtually all your travel snaps are in essence virtually unusable. Stay tuned, because a little bit later on I've got a little bit of a suggestion how to kind of combat that. Again, another little thing here just to show you the difference of the zoom. I don't want you to really get too hung up on this though, because it's a tiny little thing. It really is. I don't know why I'm kind of banging on about it, but the problem is, while I was out, I just kind of zoomed in and out all the time. It's obvious really when you think about it. Here, this was purely just to give you a bit of detail on what the camera can do. This was zoomed in and moved in, but I'm going to move out very shortly, and you'll see the quality that the camera can get in. Final example of this is the RNLI up in Eyemouth in Scotland, and that's quite grainy. Zoom out and you get all the colours there and all the quality in there. Finally, here's just another couple of little time lapses. Love this time lapse feature, and one of me back home cutting the grass. Now, as I said, a little bit of a thing to maybe kind of combat that whole kind of zooming in factor, and this is it. If you're a video editor, or you have kind of knowledge of just a little bit of video editing, what I've done here is I've cropped it in. And obviously this is pan and zoom within the actual video clip. I've also slowed it down to 25% the speed, but as you can see with this, it's not too bad actually. It works better than zooming in the camera. If you're sat there thinking, God, that cat's cute, yeah, you're damn right he is. And that's little Gino. He thinks he's a dog, which is why he loves his stick. He chases his stick. Don't ask me why. I think he was a dog in a previous life. So, in summary, this is a great little camera. It really is. If you're looking for absolute high end, this isn't for you. But if you're brand new to action cameras, or you just want something cheap to go away with for those underwater shots, because it does come with an underwater housing. If you found this video, I'm assuming that you know so much about this already. This video was purely just to kind of show you a lot of the test footage of what the camera can do, because although I've watched a lot of reviews on this, I don't necessarily get loads of video in there as well. You'll know it does shoot 720 at 30 frames and 60 frames. 60 frames isn't actually true, so don't even bother with that. 1080 at 30 frames per second is perfect. Even as you saw with the slow-mo stuff, yeah, okay, there's a little bit of frame blending, but it really is fine. This is the non-Wi-Fi version. I really don't see any reason why you'd need a Wi-Fi version, purely because I do everything through leads anyway. By the way, here's a little top tip. If you are in the market, and I assume you are in the market to get one of these, yes, the battery will charge up inside the camera, but the battery doesn't last that long, and as such you may be thinking of purchasing a replacement battery so you can have on hand. Great, well done, do that. Please bear in mind that when you take the battery out to charge it or to swap it, it will reset the clock and the date and all that. It's a bit annoying, but seriously, it's a 50 quid camera. Link in the description below, by the way, for where you can get it on Amazon. If you are thinking about getting a second battery, think about this too. This is the charger that SJ Cam can provide. And it's exactly the same fitting as your camera. It's a micro USB, so you don't even have to pack anything separate. You just use your phone charger, device charger, whatever, while you're out and about. And this is something that I really wasn't expecting. If you plug it in, you've got a red light. Once it's charged, it will turn on the other LED for a blue light. So it actually tells you when it's charged as well. I know that's, oh yeah, great, but if you're like me and you like to get stuff budget, that's something that you wouldn't necessarily expect on a separate charger. So I really like that. In conclusion, it's a great little camera. I'm going away to Mexico in September. This is definitely gonna be in my bag. We've got the Canon G7X. Have a look in the link description below for my review on that. We're taking away, my wife and I are taking away the Canon G7X. Definitely going to be taking away this. We've both got Samsung phones that both have great cameras. Honestly, I don't think I'm taking this. I really don't. This will actually be the first holiday I will have had since I got into my photography. So I've never actually had to take a DSLR away with me before. And in all honesty, I don't know. For the extra weight that it's going to be, it's not weather sealed, isn't the D3200, so I'm going to be always worried about that. I don't know. What do you think? Should I take my DSLR? Should I be thinking about taking my DSLR? I know that obviously I can open the aperture to 1.8 and get some beautiful bokeh shots and some gorgeous sunsets, but really, the G7X and with this, I know this is a little bit of a tangent, but I'd really be interested in what you have to say. Have you been on holiday recently? Have you taken your DSLR with you? Did you have something else with you as well, like this or a phone? And did you think, you know what? I've got my DSLR, so I've got to take it out with me, but I really don't want to have my DSLR out with me because I don't want the extra bulk. Does that mean I'm not really into my photography? I don't think it does. I really don't. But I'm really looking forward to playing with this when we go away. And yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the test footage. I hope you've enjoyed everything that I've shown you. If you have any questions about the SJ Cam, again, this is the SJ4000. You know that. You clicked on the link. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if I don't know, I'll get in camera, have a little look, and I'll check it out. But last and not least, and at a risk of repeating myself, update the firmware. You will not be sorry. Thanks as always for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please a thumbs up really would help the channel. If you're not subscribed, think about subscribing as well. That'd be great fun. Share the videos and don't forget, get in contact as well. I'd love to see your comments, love to see anything that you fancy sharing with us. And don't forget, facebook.com/musingofaman. Really starting to post more and more to that as well now, and that will be the hub for everything. Need to stop doing this. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.